Welcome everyone, my name is Sylvain and I am a passionate of debate, critical thinking and philosophy. And if this is something that you are interested in, well, stick around for more. So what exactly is a false dilemma? So a false dilemma, like this fallacy, is basically whenever the arguer presents options that are not exhaustive. All right. So example of like a list of non-exhaustive of possibilities would be something like you either go to the gym or you're unhealthy. Okay. So when you think about it, well, you clearly know that there's more ways to be healthy. You don't have to go to the gym to be healthy. You can do some biking, you can do some rollerblading, you can play any sport that you can think of. Tennis, basketball, soccer, all of that stuff in order to be healthy. Then there's the food that comes into consideration. Uh, you don't have to necessarily play a sport to be healthy, right? So you see, it's not only one or the other, right? There are more possibility. So that's like one of the first example of dilemma. So another characteristic of a false dilemma would be cases where the options that are being given do not exclude each other, right? So like in that case, like both could be true at the same time. Okay, they don't cancel each other out. So a good example of that would be something like you either have like a high education degree or you're an idiot, right? Like, you know, I think the most people generally would be able to say that, yeah, like you can have like a high education degree and still be an idiot. Like they do not cancel each other out. They are both possible. And it's also possible to be one or the other, but like both are possible. So like yeah, like that's a case like of like a false dilemma. All right, and now like the third characteristic of a false dilemma would be something, well, would be a case where the options that are like being presented are not necessarily related to each other, right? So let's say you have somebody who okay, I'm gonna imagine, okay, so you are either you give us money for the charity, no, either you give us money for the our cancer foundation, or you are an hardcore uh, capitalist. Okay, so in that case, like it's like what does like giving money has to do with not being capitalists, right? So it's like it's a bit unrelated, like these are like two options like presented like as if like like they would cancel each other out or whatever. Like it's it's a fallacious argument, basically. All right, so that was it for the characteristic and definition of a false dilemma. Like I said, these are only characteristics, so like they can happen all at the same time or just like one or two. So be mindful of that when you're trying like to analyze a case where like the argument of a person when you're trying to see like if it's a false dilemma or not. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, press the like button and subscribe. And if you have any like comments about false dilemma that you encountered recently or in the past, please share them below. I think it's gonna be interesting like to see, like the all the fallacies that can be made around that. So yeah, post them in the comment section. And once again, thank you for listening. Really appreciate that for taking the time of the day to listen to this video. And I'll see you next time. See ya.